This School of Hard Knocks fight is an amateur bout in the heavyweight division and is brought to you by Precision Well Servicing. And now, let's meet the fighters. He's fighting out of Winnipeg, Manitoba. Please welcome Ryan Fear.
Ryan Fear making his way to the cage out of the Winnipeg Academy of Mixed Martial Arts. 28 years old, weighed in at 194 pounds. Stands 5'11", making his amateur debut out of the same gym where we saw Andy Jack earlier tonight. And we'll see whether or not Ryan Fear can make it 2-0 for the Whamma boys tonight here at Hard Knocks 16.
Yeah, the one thing that we should note about this fight is there's a big weight difference between Ryan Fear and Craig Gaudry. What ended up happening is Ryan Fear was supposed to take a fight at 185. He was starting his weight cutting routine, trying to get down to 185. Weighs in at 194 now. His opponent changed. There was a pullout there doing a medical issue. And Craig Gaudry stepped in, and Craig Gaudry weighs in at 210 pounds. So there's a big weight difference here. Ryan Fear didn't seem to mind the difference in the weight. It made it so he didn't have to cut, which is always a nice thing for fighters. And he thinks that he has a bigger frame and being able to carry a little bit more muscle on him. So it should be an exciting fight.
Yeah, says that his 194 pounds are a little more evenly distributed than that of Craig Gaudry, his opponent, and we'll see if that's the case when they step into the cage tonight as Ryan Fear makes his way into the cage now, and we get ready for the entrance of Craig Gaudry.
And his opponent. He's fighting out of Estevan, Saskatchewan. Please welcome Craig Gaudry.
So Craig Gaudry comes to the cage. The local boy gets the hometown welcome, a scowl on the face of this independent fighter who's making his amateur debut. 32 years old, stands in at 5'9", and as you mentioned, Jeremy, weighed in at 210 pounds. A 15-pound weight advantage has Craig Gaudry.
Well, yeah, and what I said earlier is this guy is, he looks scary. I just looking at him there, but he's a rig worker and is out there on the rig, so lots of heavy lifting, lots of stamina work, so we know he's got the goods for that. He wants to bring some excitement here. He does some working out with his friends locally here in Estevan, and kind of wants to show off the skills to the hometown Estevan crowd.
Little bit of a, like was mentioned by Ryan Fear, a different weight distribution between him and his opponent. But again, Craig Gaudry taking this fight on short notice. Just found out on Monday of last week he would be fighting, which is why such the great weight difference between these two fighters. And with the commission rules that exist here in Saskatchewan, that weight difference not an issue even in the lighter weight classes as long as both fighters agree to the fight. So you will see some efforts by fighters to get down and fight at the weight class that they agree to. Some fighters have come in heavy over the past two events. So just waiting for Craig Gaudry to come into the cage. I believe we're waiting on a mouthpiece. There it comes. And he'll be stepping into the cage shortly. And we will be underway with our fourth fight of the evening. as Craig Gaudry makes his way into the cage, takes a run around, and gets set to make his amateur debut.
And now for the official fighter introductions. In the Power Dodge blue corner, it's his amateur debut. He's 28 years old, stands 5 feet 11 inches tall. He weighed in at 194 pounds, fighting out of Winnipeg Academy of MMA. Please welcome Hard Knocks fighter, Ryan Fear! And in the Boston Pizza red corner, it's his amateur debut. He's 32 years old and stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. He weighed in at 210 pounds, fighting independently from Estevan. Please welcome Hard Knocks fighter, Craig Gaudry. This bout will be contested under amateur rules. The referee in charge of the Hard Knocks action is Mr. Elvis Lyons.
Gentlemen, fighters to the center of the cage, please. I want a good hard fight. Give it everything you got. Protect yourself at all times. If you're going to touch gloves, touch them up now.
So another bearded member of WAMA steps into the cage to take on Craig Gaudry. Ryan Fear in the blue trunks, Gaudry in the black trunks as we get set, and we are underway with our fourth fight of the evening here at the Spectra Center in Estevan. Big punches early from Gaudry as he comes in looking to win this fight quickly. Looking for the takedown is Ryan Fear.
Yeah, Craig Gaudry didn't come here for a mixed martial arts bag. He came here for a fight, and he came in here, and you can look, he's swinging right away. You looked at Ryan Fear is trying to make this a little bit more of a mixed martial arts fight with the takedown, but huge swings here with punches.
Gaudry landing a couple of those punches, but Fear seems to have taken them well, throws a big leg kick to the side of Gaudry, and they both exchange jabs, looking for the takedown, and securing it now is Fear. He's inside control. Gaudry's got his head held down, but hammer fist coming down into the face of Gaudry.
Yeah, and Gaudry's got to let go of the head in this instant and get to a more defensible position. You know, holding onto the head isn't going to do anything for you here. It's just going to prevent your arm from being able to defend intelligently. You know, trying to use some muscles to pull it over, but Ryan Fear getting those hooks in, and it's not going to happen, and there it does slip off.
And the tap happens quickly. Ryan Fear secures the choke, moves to 1-0, and Craig Gaudry fails in his amateur debut, falling to 0-1. Some big punches thrown, but no defense once it got to the ground, and Ryan Fear is successful.
Yeah, unfortunately, like I said, with Craig Gaudry coming in here for a fight, as soon as the martial arts takes over, that's a huge difference.
While we wait for the official decision, a huge thank you goes to Veriperm Canada Limited, leader in oil field sand control in Canada, for their generosity in supporting Hard Knocks fighting.
So Craig Gaudry makes his way out of the cage before the official announcement has come through, and we'll see if he comes back in. It looks like he's headed back to the dressing room. The official announcement for time comes down, but a very impressive performance from Ryan Fear as he wins his amateur debut.
A la Tom Hardy and the Warrior, just out of there right as soon as
We
that fight's
have
on.
the official decision brought to you by Precision Well Servicing. The winner due to tap out by rear naked choke at 1 minute and 13 seconds in the very first round, in the blue corner, Ryan Fear! Ryan, now I gotta ask, all you Winnipeg boys have these beards. What's the story behind that?
I don't know. It's just kind of something everyone started doing, so they have success with it. They win fights. Figured it'd work for me too.
Well, gym is like a family. Now, what's the difference in training in the dojo or the gym and stepping into the cage for the very first time?
A little bit of nerves. I trained with a really good group of guys, so it wasn't anything I was not expecting. but my original fight was supposed to be 185. That fight fell through. Thankfully, Hard Knocks got another opponent quite a bit bigger than I expected, so changed the game plan a bit. But again, I trained with great guys, and everything worked out.
And who do we have to thank who made it possible to be here tonight?
Everybody at wama.ca, check it out. Special thanks to my coach Lindsay, Curtis, and Mars, who couldn't be here. These guys put a lot of time and effort into me, and I just really want to thank them, my family, my friends, everyone. Love it.
Let's hear it again for your winner, Ryan Fear!
So a cool, calm, and collected Ryan Fear collects his first victory as a mixed martial arts fighter, and the Whamma boys move to 2-0 on the evening here, with David Swanson still to come. A familiar red-bearded face from Hard Knocks in the past is David Swanson.